Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, Beauty on a Budget. My name is Heather and today I'm going to explain how I keep myself organized. I know I've done a video before about it and I just got so many calendars. I use a calendar system, but I use multiple different types of calendars. And one of the things that I loved was when my kids were little and I get these big ones. I think it was called the Mom's Ultimate Calendar. And that really was the beginning of me actually using a calendar. I will say I've gone most of my life not using calendars. I was in school. When you're in like under 20, you're in school, you know, Monday to Friday, you're in class, you know where your classes are. After school, you either work or study, hang out with your friends. You don't need a calendar to keep track. You kind of need a general calendar to keep track of what days you work and when you have exams, when projects are due. That was a basic calendar system, and I didn't write any of that stuff down. I kept it all in my head. So then I had my kids. And I will say, when my oldest two were little, I didn't use calendar system. I didn't care. I knew what day of the week it was based on what cartoons was coming on. You know, it didn't matter. I'd keep a calendar with basic important, like when they have like their doctor's visits or needles and things like that. But as a general calendar, I didn't use one. I don't even think I even actually owned a calendar for a good half of my adult life. I'm going to say I probably didn't own a calendar. So when my oldest hit kindergarten, that is when I realized I needed to keep track of things, because things changed every day with something different at school or, you know, just different things. And I will also say, before that point, before my oldest hit kindergarten, I didn't have a schedule. I had a basic schedule, so I had like a house cleaning schedule. So my kids went, kids are having lunch, well then I can pick up the toys. When they're done with the lunch and they're doing something else, I can clean up from lunch. I just had a basic schedule, like when I cleaned their bedroom, when I did laundry, just kind of went around during, whatever they were doing, if I was able to do something. So I never actually did too much, and cleaning my house on a specific day, I didn't really do that. I just cleaned every day as it needed to be done. So when my oldest hit kindergarten, then suddenly it's like, oh, we have to have a family has to be on a schedule. We have to be up by this time in the morning because she's got to have her breakfast. She's got to get ready for school. She's got to get to school. So then that was the start of me trying to figure out a calendar system, a daily routine. So it was, like I said, so my daughter was about 5. Then in the next year, my oldest was in grade 1, my youngest was in kindergarten, and then I had my 4th. So then I had a newborn and a 3-year-old. So I've got a 6-year-old, a 5-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a newborn. So now, 5, 2, and a newborn. I'm trying to keep track of there. So I've got 4 kids under the age of 6, between 6 and newborn. One's in grade 1, one's in kindergarten. I didn't drive. I took the city bus to get my kids to school and home and groceries and everything. I became a single mom really fast. Like, it was single mom with 4 kids trying to do all this stuff. I needed to sit down and start actually organizing myself. Because it was one thing to say, okay, well, you're in school half a day, but you're in school a full day. What days do they? And they had these really odd, stupid, like every other Friday was a half day. But in the kindergarten kids, it was split. Are you a morning kindergarten, afternoon kindergarten? And on those half days, it was only the morning. So then there'd be the one Friday where my daughter didn't have to go to school, but the other kids from the other time had to go, it was so confusing. I'm glad they just went and got rid of those every other Friday's a half day and went to just one full Friday off school. That really simplified so much for me. And then, like I said, my kids, and then my oldest went to middle school and my youngest is starting kindergarten. And so I'm like, okay, now I've got 3 kids in one school, 1 kid in one school. The next year I had 2 in one school and 2 in one school. So I've always had, then there was the one year when I had one in high school, one in middle school, and 2 in elementary. So suddenly I'm like, I've got all 3 school systems and they all have their own days off. So I was so thankful that I had figured out a calendar system that had worked for me, that I was able to, really keep myself more organized that way, knowing, okay, well, who's got stuff on what day, before and after school stuff, and then, so I said, I found this one. This is not the one, because I kind of decided I can go to a cheaper calendar system a little bit. Just flip to a blank page, so stuff, personal things written on these calendars. Okay, I'll just go to the middle of the summer, because I don't think there's anything. So this one, it's got a nice, so it's got like all your days of the week. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then it's got on this page, it's got your Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and then down here you've got room for notes. So each of these pages is divided into 4, which is really nice. But there was another one I had, I'm not sure where it is. If I find it, I'll show it, because I've kept all my journals and day planners and things. Once I write in them, I have to keep them. But I had one, and it would have like the day, and then it had, like, this one doesn't have full lines. It's got half this got lines. So half of this has lines, this side doesn't. But what I would do is I would be able to write a heading up here, and then I would have lines going this way. So I would write me and then each of my 4 kids, because it seemed to have 5 headings, because it was a family plan. So it was like Mom's Ultimate Planner, I think it's called, something like that. And then I found one from Chapters that was a little bit cheaper, but it was again like this type of coiled book, where it was this size, so I could carry it with me. I could always throw this in my purse or my bag, and I always have my calendar with me. And so I could keep track of all what things I had. So I would, under my thing, I would write what day home kids I had that day. Under my own kids, things like, especially when they're in different schools, I can say, oh, they have school today, yes or no, like whose day's off, And so that's how it started. And then I realized it's hard to carry this around all the time. So then I started using these type of little mini ones. And if you notice, I actually use all of these. So just kind of flip here, like this is February. You can see how full February already is. We're only here on, today is the 5th. So you can see I've got stuff written almost every day this month. There is something happening. So this is this one. And I like this one because then I can just keep it open up to the full month, and it takes up no room. And this one, I don't take anywhere. I just keep this one in the living room. It's easy for me to see, for my husband to see what's happening for the month. And then, like I said, it just so thin, folds up so fast, I can just slip it in the little drawer. And then I have these little planners, which are the purse-sized ones. And again, I'll just flip to, like, this is April. I have nothing written for April yet. But, yeah, because I've got, these are the weekly ones. This one I bought from the dollar store. I paid like $1.50 for this one. And I like, this one I like because it says Walk by Faith Weekly Planner, and then every week has a little Bible quote. So does this one too. I found these at the dollar store. So these ones have the Bible quotes, which I'm starting to actually purchase more and more stuff with the Bible quotes. And then I have these 2 little ones. I haven't used either one of these yet. What it was for Christmas, I always buy people calendars, and I don't know, somehow I bought 2 extra. So I hung up one in my craft room. Which one is that? That's the Secret Garden one. So I hung up the Secret Garden one in my craft room, and the Floral Breeze I hung up in my kitchen. So these ones I haven't used, but I like the fact that, again, they're just thin little quick glance monthly calendars. I can write the important stuff in these, and then these ones I just keep in my purse. And usually what I do is, so like this one's a little bit bigger, so this one I actually keep with my Bible. So this one sits in my little thing I made with my Bible cover. So this one sits in my Bible cover. That way I've always got it with me. These ones like this, I keep in my purse. So actually in my purse I have an organizer thing, so I can just easily take that out and I can switch purses so much easier. I don't have to take everything out of all the pockets. But I keep a couple of these, and then, you know, it's like if in my purse, just in case I was, you know, somewhere where I didn't have my Bible, but then I still have one of these ones for things that come up. Then I have these planners here. So this is the weekly planner. These ones I use so I can write down like any chores. I usually use these ones more for my day home, but I want to start using them for myself, just trying to get myself reorganized a little bit better for this year, not having a day home. So I've got some of these planners. I'm so used to using these type of planners, so I've made out like what our meal plans are, what chores have to get done around the house. I want to get back into like a daily cleaning routine. So I always find when I want to start a new routine, having everything written down in a calendar is going to help me. So I'm going to start with these ones today. Starting out like today's Monday, so figuring out what chores or what meals I'm going to make for this week. And then same with this. This is the monthly planner one. So I'm going to do this one, you know, every week. So this one here will just be weekly. This is the monthly. So this is what I want to do. And then I have this one here, and this is your week meal plan and then your shopping list. And I love these. I've always had these types. It's been a while since I've done the weekly shopping list. I've tried to get into it and then stuff happened. I never finished. Day home stuff, things happen, my kids doing other things. So now I want to get back into this, making every Monday, making my weekly charts. So that's what I'm going to be doing next. And then, just in case you want to know, I do have a larger version of that. Looks like this. This one has been around for a while. And so just lift it up like this. So it's a larger one. And this one I've actually got all written out. This one I was actually using for my YouTube channel. So this one I've got all my different video ideas and different things. And this one also has the little, if they're gonna stick, the little sticky notes. And I love using the sticky notes as quick reminders, so I can, if I've got something on this calendar and I'm not sure if it's on my other calendar, I can just quickly write it down and then set it aside and remind me of quick things. I know my one daughter, she actually uses the sticky notes on everything, everywhere, all her notes, all the time. So I think she probably got it because I do use the sticky notes. So that is my different calendar systems I have. So I have like a daily one, a weekly, monthly, and then the yearly books. And like I said, they just keep me so organized. And so that is what I'm going to do next, is I'm just going to move this stuff off the table. I'm just going to get these two out of their packaging, and grab a pen and a pencil, because I always write it in pencil and then write it in pen after. So I'm just going to open these two, move some of these out of my way, put them back where they go so I don't lose them, because that is one thing I found when I'm moving things around. I'm not going to remember where I put it because I've been moving and packing so much stuff. I can't remember where I put anything at the moment. So I will be back in a few moments, and I will actually start writing stuff down and showing you how I'm going to get myself organized for this year. Okay, so I got those unwrapped. Now, one thing I will say is these weekly planners, like sheets like this, are set out Monday to Friday, and then they combine Saturday and Sunday together. Well, this one's got a Saturday chunk and a Sunday chunk. This one, the monthly one, has Monday to Friday, and then it's Saturday and Sunday are here together. So they start your week on Monday. So that always messes me up when I'm doing my calendars from one system to the other system. So with this one here, same thing, it starts on the Monday. And then I was trying to do my February calendar. Well, February was the Thursday, and then I'm trying to go Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday, here, and it's not lining up. And then I realized, right, it's Sunday and then goes back to Monday. So my week here doesn't quite line up with my week on my other calendars, but it's okay. It's, I always look at each calendar as its own system. I don't know when they changed over the calendars from going, we starting the week at a Monday versus a Sunday, but I know I've heard that in the past, different people talking about what day does the week start with and what week or what day should the calendar start with. So just put that aside, just so you know when you're doing these that it's going to start with the Monday as your first day of the week. And then Saturday and Sunday is just lumped in together as just the end of the week. Your weekend is kind of those 2 days. So first I want to do is, like I said, I want to get myself more into this weekly meal planning. I used to do it. It really helped keep me really organized. Same with the daily cleaning. I found that really helped. Then my kids hit certain ages, and then I found, I can give them a lot of different little tasks to do. And if you just clean every day, basically clean as you go, your house stays pretty clean. But I do want to get into that weekly cleaning routine and a weekly like a daily menu planning, like every day making a meal. Again, with the way I figured my house, I only have to plan suppers. So like I said, I don't have to worry about breakfast. My one who's still living home, she's 16. She'll make her own breakfast. She goes to school, she works, so she'll either buy herself lunch or she'll take herself lunch, or depending on where her spares are, she can give me come home for lunch. So I don't have to worry about lunch, but it's the dinners. So that just says that when I'm doing my planning for dinners, or for your meal planning, I only have to plan for 30 meals. I do buy the stuff needed for breakfast and lunch, but like I said, my daughter, she makes her own breakfast, she makes her own lunch. My husband, he doesn't do breakfast. He's at work. He buys himself lunch if he wants it, or he has got stuff down at his store, he'll make himself lunch. So again, I don't have to worry about lunch. And then cleaning the house, I decided, I want to simplify that, because I've seen so many people who say, on this day you just vacuum, or on this day you just dust. Well, no, I don't like that. I've tried that. It doesn't work for me. I like to just do one room every day, and then have one day where I just do a quick whole house cleaning day. That's the way I've always done it. I like those. So just what you have in your house, so I just wrote down your kitchen, living room, bathrooms, craft room, office, bedrooms, and then I put the hallway, stairs, and front entrance as one category. Now when I move, it's going to be a little bit different. So I said, I know that my way my house is set up at this place is going to be different cleaning than when I move. But I still will have a kitchen, a living room, a bathroom, the bedroom, a hallway, stairs, and that type of thing. So I can kind of get used to that. So that's 6 things. So I want to separate this as into, like, if it's down here on the main floor or is it upstairs. So upstairs is the bathroom and the bedrooms. I do have a little bathroom down here, but I'm not going to count that. I'm just going to say, so upstairs is the bedrooms and the bathroom. And then everything else, I'll do the hallways and stairs and stuff when I do the main floor. So I want to kind of do this. So let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I've got it in 6 areas, but this hallway, stairs, front entrance, I could probably do that the same time as I do the living room. So I'm going to put those together. So I'm just drawing little arrows so I know those 2 things go together on the same day. So that gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. So if I do my cleaning Monday to Friday, every day just focus on one of those areas. Then I can, on a Saturday, I can just go through and just do a whole house cleaning thing Saturdays. So I want to do, and then do no cleaning or nothing on Sunday. I do kind of want to get into that routine. That's how I used to do things. So I'm just going to have it divided between if it's upstairs or downstairs. So I think I'll start with Monday. I'm just going to down here so you can see. So I'm going to write here on Mondays, I'm going to do the living room, hallways, stairs, and the front entrance. Then Tuesday, I can do the kitchen. Now I'm gonna write something here. So the way my house is set up, I've got the kitchen plus the dining room and a living room area, so it's actually a great room. So even though I wrote kitchen, I'm gonna write the great room in brackets. Great room. And then for my living room, I'm gonna just put living room and I'm gonna write formal beside it. So now it's gonna be that formal living room, dining room area. Or I'll just, oops. I'll just, okay, so living room, okay, I have to do the right dining room. And that's what I call the formal, because we now hardly use that side of the house for the longest time. Say most of the time we lived here, we didn't touch those two rooms. And then I think Wednesday would be a good day to do the bathrooms. And then Thursday would be the bedroom. And then do Friday will be the craft / office. And then of course you can go underneath and write, well, what are all the things you would do doing these? So this is just my first one. Once I get my one written up, I can always make it neater, you know, but so it's kind of like, so doing these, so it would be the floors, walls, you know, things like that, you know, kitchens would be the counters, the cupboards, you know, the appliances, the bathroom would be like all the fixtures, the bedroom would be, you know, like washing. So I guess the bedroom would also be laundry day. I'll write that down. So when I do the bedrooms, make that my laundry day. Because then I can, like, you know, do the beds, do all that stuff. And then my craft room office, it's this area here. It's just, you know, make sure everything is picked up after I, you know, do any crafting in the week. I, you know, empty out the garbage. Like, I know our garbage day here is Thursday. I think, but we're moving, I believe our garbage day is a Wednesday or a Tuesday, but I believe it's Wednesday. And then Saturday is just going to be an all or a full house tidy, if I can spell. And then Sunday, no work, no housework on Sunday. And then, okay, then I want to get into my meal planning. So what do I want for today? Well, I've written down food that is either in my fridge I have to use up or what's defrosting right now. So right now I have a flat of 30 eggs that has to get used up. So I'm going to make an egg salad today. And I'm going to make my, I forget how to spell that. I know how to spell quinoa, I just cannot think of it. But I'm going to make my quinoa bread and my egg salad. So I'll make like egg salad sandwiches. I also have, I know I've got some spinach and lettuce that needs to get used up, and I was going to make a spinach soup. I'll do that on Tuesday. I have a chicken that's defrosting, so I can make a roasted chicken. On Wednesday, Thursday, I know I've got some fish that's defrosting, and I've got some pork that's defrosting, so I'm not quite sure, but I'll just stick with those three. So for this week, if I was making my egg salad and quinoa bread, I think I have everything. For my soup, I have everything. For my roasted chicken, I would need potatoes and carrots. Because I know I'm out of potatoes and carrots. I'm out of milk. I know that. I was gonna make my pork. I got lots of canned veggies I gotta use up. So when I make my pork, maybe I'll make a stew. I might make a pork stew on Friday. I don't like this pencil. It's just, I'm trying to write and it's just, my letters are looking a little funny. Okay. So my weekly plan that I'm going to write down here. So I'm going to make egg salad. Sandwiches. And then I'll make my spinach soup. And I'll do roasted chicken. And then I don't know, Thursday, Friday, I wrote down a pork stew. Oh, I have fish. That's what it was. I was going to do fish. Do some fish because I've got that defrosting because I'm just trying to use up what's in the fridge freezer. So I'm just pulled a bunch of stuff out. I'll do fish and rice. I'm not sure what kind of rice I'll make. I'll take a look when I get there. So that'll be like this week. So that's what my schedule kind of looks like. I don't know what I'm going to make for meals on the weekend yet, but that's okay. It just kind of like keeps me more, online as to what I'm going to be doing. Then what I want to do is go through each of these rooms and itemize, like when I'm doing each of the rooms, what is entitled to get clean in each room. Because I said, like, you got the kitchen, and sometimes when I do this, I don't think of all the little things. And if I don't write it down, I might miss it. But that will be, for a different, a different video when I really get into that stuff. But this is just how I actually use all my different calendar systems. And like I said, if I really, I haven't done this monthly one, only because I just, this one here, it kind of looks like this. That's okay if it looks like little chicken scratch things and I spelled a couple, things wrong and my eraser and this pencil does not work. And so that's okay because I said it's just your calendar system. What I will do is usually what I do is I write in a lighter with pencil. I don't like this one. I've got another pencil and I'll write a little bit lighter. And then I'll write over top in pen and then erase it, and it always looks so much better. So that is how I use all my different calendar systems. Like I said, this was just these little sticky notes, and I knew what was defrosting in my fridge or what I have to use up in my fridge. I also know what's in my freezer, and I got to start using up some of all those apples I have. I haven't had time to make anything with apples yet, but I want to, so maybe I'll do that. Maybe Saturday. I'll write an apple dessert for Saturday. That'll be fun. I'm just gonna put a little star here so then I know that the apples are still in the freezer. I always give myself little things. So if I write something down and I'll put like an arrow beside it or a star, that tells me that there's a little bit more to it, or I've got another ideas or something, like another note somewhere about it. And I said, these ones here, I love these ones when I actually get my full menu written down, and then I can go through and I know what I need for what I'm out of in my fridge and my pantry. I know I'm out of a lot of my spices, but I just didn't feel like buying spices right now. I just really want to clear out and use up what I have. So that is how I get myself organized, and it's how I'm planning on trying to stay more organized. And I said I used multiple different calendar systems. I find these ones like this hang up here. I don't look at it. I like the picture and I like what it says, but I will say last time I looked at this calendar was Friday. Because that's what day is ticked off. So I know Friday was the last time, but I think Friday was probably the last day I was actually in my craft room doing stuff. I think I was in here Was I here on Saturday vacuuming? I don't even remember. Maybe that was Thursday when I vacuumed in here. I can't remember. I've been doing so much extra vacuuming lately, so I'm not quite sure. But the last time I checked off my calendar, because I always do that too, is when I look at the calendar, I always do a little check. Oh, what was the other thing I do? Okay, I just dropped that one. Good thing I've got more than one. So when it comes to these ones, and it's how do you know what day you're at? Because some of these come in a plastic thing, a little plastic cover, and then I can flip these extra pages over into that little cover, and then that keeps me organized. But what I find is on calendars like this, where I don't know what day, like they're so thin, it's like, how do you know which one, what month you're on? I'm just gonna do that quickly. I'm just gonna use the scissors. Okay, got scissors here. Just I might as well do it because I'm gonna have to, because we're a couple months into this new calendar. Anyways, we're a couple pages in. So I don't touch the front, but these, so we are done January and we're done. So we are into February. So I'm just gonna do this. So, because it's hard to know what day you're on. So I just take it, and I know some of my calendars, I got this idea because some of my calendars actually had the little thing where you could just bend it and tear it. Then some of these don't have it. Just taking my scissors, and I'm just gonna cut. Just wanna make sure I don't cut anything important. So I'm just holding it up to the light for my first little snip. And then after that, it's just easier. But see, when I open up my calendar, because it's snipped, so then I can find it. So you just go to what page, just open it up, whoops. And then it opens right to that page because it's cut off. See, so I just trimmed it off. So it's easy for me to see what month we're on, especially as we go further and further into the year. And it's always helpful to know what month is directly in the middle. This one, July, is directly in the middle. That one also changes depending on how many extra pages they put in front and behind. And then I will say, I'm one of these people who, they ask for all this personal information. And I will say, I don't fill any of this out. And that's up to people if you want to or not. I do have a few, I already put it away, but my big thick one, I will write a few important emergency numbers in that one, only because that one doesn't leave the house. But this one, because it comes with me in my purse, I don't want to lose it. So I don't want somebody to find and have all this personal information. So I don't do that. Now I might write down my name and my cell number. I have done that. I would also write down, when my kids were at school, on these ones, I would keep track of the names of the school and the phone number for the school. Because if I had to get a contact to the school and I'm out for the day or something, or the school calls me and I got to call them back, then I had this on me. But other than that, I don't fill out any of this stuff, like this medical information, it's asking your physician, the phone number, medical insurance, policy number, allergies, blood type. I don't even keep a record of that. That's all up in my mind. I'm not gonna write that down on some little agenda that's gonna get lost. That's the type of stuff that stays on the papers that don't leave the house. So, but again, that's up to different people, just saying that. Same with the back pages where they've got the room for notes. I will use those to write down important phone numbers, but not personal phone numbers, more like the kids' schools and stuff. I would definitely keep the school's phone numbers on here, and that was more before cell phones had a really good contact, where now with my phone, I'm like, I don't even have to keep track of the school. I just type in Google the name of the kid's school and I can call. So, you know, I don't even have to keep that. Same with my doctor. I'm like, just type in the name of my doctor's, you know, what my clinic is, and it just calls it automatically. So I don't even have to keep track of any of that type of stuff anymore. But that was just one final, like, just a personal thing, like, just to be careful. Like, you don't have to fill any of this out. Especially, I said, this would be the first time I've ever read that, where this little book thing, if you ever lose it, somebody's gonna know, like, your physician, your medical insurance, your policy number, your allergies, and your blood type. That kind of worries me that people actually fill that out. I mean, I do understand there is, like, certain people might need some of that stuff, but I mean, that's the type of stuff that you would write somewhere else. I don't know if you really want to write it in a little book like this, but that's just how I feel about it. Okay, so I guess that is how I'm going to try to get myself organized this year and stick to it. And like I said, this one here, I love this one, and it's big. It fits here on my desk, or my little table I'm using as a desk right now. And I have another one, and it was down on my day home, same thing, but it was one of those big ones, and it's, I don't know, those big massive ones, and have lots of lines on it, and I could keep track of so much stuff. I've got other calendars that I've used in the past for my day home kids, like signing in, signing out type sheets and stuff. So you can just, the calendars can be used for so much, keeping track of just everything. So that is how I'm going to get myself back into the calendar system just for myself. I don't really have to keep track of kids at school. When my one daughter, yes, I know when she's at school. I know what her hours are. I know when she's got morning band, after school band, she goes to work. I have stuff for the church too. So I mean, it's going to be, you know, hectic week or hectic year this year coming up. I've been going back to church almost 2 years now, almost every Sunday for 2 years. I don't really talk about that, but I will say, so I've had like 5 different women ask me to help with the nursery. And I will say, the first 4, I said, no, I've already done it, not interested. The last one, she asked me and she begged, and I said, no, but just, I'll think about it. So last Sunday, I found her after church and I told her I would do it. So starting in May, I'm going to be helping out with the nursery again. And I said, once my kids were past the nursery, I would never do the nursery again. Well, I guess I'm going to be back doing the nursery again. So that's just one more thing I'll have to keep track on my calendar. But again, just want to say thank you so much to everybody who's subscribing to my channels and watching my videos, and I'll see you in the next ones. Bye.